Welcome to the deep dive. Today, our mission is pretty clear. We're digging into everything we know about The Last of Us Season 2.
Yeah, getting the essential intel.
Exactly. Season 1, I mean, it set such an incredibly high bar.
It really did.
And the sources we've looked at suggest this season adapting the huge, darker Part 2 game. It premiered April 13th, 2025. It's promising a whole different level of, well, tension and maybe heartbreak.
Definitely. And the first thing that jumps out, that maybe the most surprising bit of intel from the sources, is actually about the structure.
Oh, how so?
You'd think adapting Part 2, this massive game, you'd get, I don't know, 10, maybe 12 episodes.
Right, easily.
But Season 2 is actually shorter. It's only 7 episodes long, down from 9 in the first season.
7? Wow. Okay, wait. Cutting 2 episodes when the story is bigger?
Yep.
That feels incredibly risky, doesn't it? Like, audiences want more, so why would the showrunners Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann shorten it?
Well, according to them, it wasn't about, cutting stuff out just to fit. It was a very deliberate strategic choice. They talked about finding a natural break point in the Part 2 story.
A natural breakpoint.
Yeah. The sources are pretty clear that the game story is just so vast. You've got multiple timelines, huge geographical jumps, Jackson, Seattle, even Santa Barbara later on, trying to cram all of that into, say, one more season after the first. It would just gut the emotional weight.
Okay, so they're playing the long game, prioritizing the thematic depth over just speeding through the plot.
Exactly.
That must be why they've mentioned needing at least 3 seasons, possibly even 4, just to tell the full Part 2 story. It's a massive commitment.
It really is, and it tells you just how dense that source material is. It's not one journey. It's like multiple interlocking stories, which actually kind of leads us right into the cast.
Good transition.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the people living this new nightmare. We've got that 5-year time jump after his big lie to Ellie. We know Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey are back as Joel and Ellie. But who are the crucial new faces that this structure, this strategy brings in?
Right. The time jump is key. It means introducing the characters who really drive this whole vengeance storyline forward. The biggest one, Caitlin Dever as Abby.
Huge casting. Abby is such a consequential role.
Absolutely massive. She's essentially the counterpoint to Ellie in this whole thing. And then you've got Isabella Merced playing Dina.
Ellie's romantic interest, right? Kind of her anchor in Jackson.
Exactly. She grounds Ellie's emotional state, her life there.
Okay. And who else connects to the bigger conflicts brewing? Sources mention some other interesting players.
Yeah. Jeffrey Wright is back as Isaac Dixon. Remember him from the game? Leader of the WLF, the Washington Liberation Front in Seattle.
Right, the military group. That's critical because the whole WLF versus the Seraphites conflict is the backdrop for Abby's story, isn't it?
It totally is. It defines that whole section of the game. Oh, and there's also Catherine O'Hara joining. A bit of prestige casting there, apparently playing a new supporting character called Gale.
Interesting. Okay, so let's unpack the plot setup. The season's tagline is, "Every path has a price." That strongly suggests the relative peace in Jackson is, well, it's fragile, built on that lie.
Very fragile.
So where does this new path, this violent path, actually begin?
Sources point directly to a key dramatic event involving Joel. That's the inciting incident. This irreversible turning point is what sends Ellie down that path of vengeance. It really sets the tone for the whole season.
And this is where adapting it gets really tricky, I imagine, and where the sources say the show digs into its deepest themes. It's expected to keep the game's, let's say, controversial dual perspective, right? We're not just sticking with Ellie.
No, absolutely not. And that's, I think, the genius of the original narrative structure they're working with. The game, and presumably the show, forces you to invest emotionally in Abby's perspective, sometimes before you even fully grasp her connection to everything.
We see her side of things.
You see her journey, her losses, which, mirror Ellie's in these really complex, equally valid ways. The whole season really seems built on that tension between revenge and maybe redemption. It makes it almost impossible to just pick a side and say they're right.
That moral ambiguity, that's the core of Part 2.
Yeah.
So what was the initial reaction? How did Season 2 land?
Really strong, actually. The premiere did great numbers, 5.3 million viewers. That's up, 13% from the Season 1 debut?
Wow, okay, so the audience was definitely there.
Oh, yeah. And the reviews seem to praise the performances, especially the newcomers like Dever and Merced. And HBO's clearly happy they've already renewed it for Season 3.
Makes sense if they need that many seasons. Season 3 will presumably dive deeper into Abby's story, the Seattle stuff.
That seems to be the plan, yeah.
Oh.
Seattle arc.
Okay, so the future's mapped out. But here's the final thought. the challenge that this structure leaves hanging. The Season 2 finale, Convergence, is deliberately just a breakpoint, not an ending.
Right, it's designed that way.
So how difficult will it be for the show to keep that raw, urgent, emotional momentum going for Ellie's journey when they're consciously hitting pause? Potentially for, what, a year or two until Season 3? That feels like the ultimate test of this multi-season plan.